so I just wanted to have a moment to be able to publicly appreciate the people who helped make this happen. Because even though I get to wear the title of top dog,
I would be the director of Open Ground
director of
Studios.
Open Ground Studios, top dog. I didn't do it alone, and it was a vision that I had, but it was really developed with a whole cadre of people in the community who've been really interested in having a space and a place to not only make art, but to have a community to participate with in it. So about a year ago, a handful of us met for margaritas, and we started talking about the possibility of having a community studio, and over the course of 9 months, we kept coming back together again and talking about it and kind of refining and figuring out if it was possible. And I have experience in running a printmaking studio in the past, and I've been thinking about doing it again here in the Monterey Peninsula because we have a very strong printmaking community here that was founded through the Monterey Peninsula College printmakers. And I've been a part of that for about 5 years, and realizing that there is not another place to go outside of the college unless it's in your private studio or you know someone with a private studio. And so between the idea of printmaking and the idea of community arts, we really came together with this vision of having a space that you could have independent practice that's still guided and held with expertise around it. And when we found this space in January, actually saw it in December, I walked through it and I thought, oh my God, this is perfect. And without wanting someone else to snatch it up, decided to do a membership drive in late January, early February to see really what the possibilities were for people out there. Do you want it? If so, how bad do you want it? And if you want it bad enough to pay for it, will you pay for it? Will you pay for it now? So that we know we can do this. And in this course of this short 3 weeks, we ended up with 10 artist members who were ready to sign a year-long contract, and about 20 general members who said, sounds like a great idea, I want this in my community, and a group of friends of Open Ground Studio who became affectionately known as frogs, who said, here's some money, make it happen. And so we raised over $8,000 in 3 weeks, which was significant. And to have the commitment from the artist to say, I want to work here for the year, that was enough for me to say I'm willing to dive in and take the risk. So I would like to appreciate, first of all and foremost, the artist members who really decided they needed this and wanted it enough to say, I'm here for a year, no matter what happens, we're here. So we've got Deborah over here, and she is not only an artist member, but she is one of the frogs. Thank you. And Emily, who has also been a founding member. Wait a minute, I've got to back up a second because I didn't do this right. Not only are we thankful to the artist members who came and said they're going to make this commitment, none of this could have happened over the course of the last 3 months had not just the artist members, but their partners and their friends and our little family here on the peninsula showed up and have continued to show up with their skill sets, their variety of skills. Deborah's a gardener, and we would not have this amazing garden if it wasn't for her. She's done all of it. So give her a hand. And our beloved Emily here, who's also a founding member and a frog, she also has been the mastermind behind our Facebook page and all of the images that are on there and all of the social networking. We have over 165 friends now on that. We'd like more. Like us. So thank you, Emily, for being our social networking a lot of our artists have left today because it's been a really long weekend. But we got Elizabeth over here, who's a founding member. Yay, Elizabeth! And she is generously letting us use her press in the space. We've got 2 presses. And Jonathan Wolf has been really helpful in hanging signs and doing a lot of signage for us. Joanne Ratcliffe is also a benefactor artist member. She was here earlier. And last but not, I'm not going to mention all their names because they're not all here. But my right-hand person, Nora, is one of our right-hand people. She's washing dishes. She is the one who coordinated and handled the entire exhibition. And that was a huge job. So she stepped up to do that. And then Susie whether it's with a paintbrush or a computer program or, you know, flowers or whatever. She shows up constantly and does what needs to be done, and she's just amazing. Susie, thank you. And then Noriko back there. Oh, come on, Noriko.
She has a
She's,
puppy.
she's taking care of her little baby, her fur baby. Noriko, I just have to say, is also one of our founding members, but her husband, who happened to go walking the dog last night when I was appreciating him, he, along with two other gentlemen, Bob Rocco and Frank Truba from Santa Cruz, dedicated probably 50 hours of each of their time to build all the furniture in here. And they came on their own volition, they brought their power tools. They were the Bob, and Frank team, construction team. And without them, we wouldn't have this beautiful, amazingly custom-made studio for us. And it was out of the kindness of their hearts that they did it. So I really, that is a huge appreciation that I can't even say enough, because none of them are actually working here. They're just helped. And so this studio has been, like Gus, it's just kind of my cup running over to know that I'm doing a lot of work, but I'm not doing it by myself, and I'm not doing it all. Like, something needs to be done, and I might whisper it to, oh, you know, we really wish blah, 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 and the next day I come in, and there it is. It's done. And it's because I think we all know that community isn't something that you just get. It's not a given. It's something that develops and that grows, and if you, and I think the definition of community is having some kind of common denominator. And for this particular project, the common denominator is the desire to have a creative place that's safe, that's accessible, and that's growing, and that can allow each individual to reach their highest potential. And that is really my goal, is that to help the artists in Monterey and the creative adults in Monterey find that voice inside and find that little space that says, I deserve space to express. And maybe I don't know how fully, but I have a place that I can go and I can help in that expression. So hopefully this will be a place that Monterey can embrace and join as a general member to help show your support, and to be able to become a really integrated part of this community. It's going to continue to grow and evolve, and I kid you not, this is going to be here in 20 years. And it's going to be really amazing. And so if you're here today, you're at the base ground of it. So last, I just do have to thank just a couple. I have to thank my husband, because he's been a huge support in all of this as well. And anything electronic that has to happen here, I go to him for. He does it for me without complaining. And he's not here right now, but I would also like to just thank Edward Lowe, who is the owner of this building, because he has been a really generous soul. And without his really belief that he wanted to have a really good tenant, he waited until I was ready before giving it to somebody else, because he liked the idea and he's been really incredibly supportive. So that is also a really beautiful little thing. So I do believe that you hear this a lot in life about when you're on your soul path, things fall into place. And I believe that this isn't just my soul path, but I believe it's Susie's soul path and Emily's soul path and Deb. We've all started to blossom. And that blossoming is really how come we have this beautiful display of food, and how come we got Choose Pro Wines to donate their wines for us this weekend, and Parker Lusso to donate their desserts. We really have, we all know that this is an important thing.